Am I the asshole for exposing my coworker's bathroom habits? I, 25 female, work at a small company of about 15 people. I get along with pretty much everyone, with the exception of someone we'll call Alexis, 40 female. Alexis is very socially conservative, and I'm not. I do my best to not talk about things I know will cause an argument, but they sometimes happen anyway. One time, I used the bathroom right after the cleaning crew finished cleaning it, and didn't bother putting the toilet seat down, because I was just going to squat to pee. I washed my hands, and when I exited, I bumped straight into Alexis. I apologized, and went on with my day. For the next 2 weeks, I thought Alexis was being particularly sanctimonious, but I didn't say anything, as it wasn't too out of character. The subject of women's sports came up during lunch, and she made a snide comment along the lines of "people like OP, ruin them for everyone else." I'm immediately confused. I've never been athletically inclined at any age, so I ask, "Do you mean tall people?" "No, women that are still biologically men," she says with a glare. At the time, this came out of left field. I am a cisgender woman. While I am still a tomboy in my interests, I am very physically feminine presenting. I said, okay, 1, there's nothing wrong with being transgender. 2, I am not transgender. Why would you even say that? "You can't fool me. I saw you come out of the bathroom and the toilet seat was up!" I stared in disbelief, as she seemed convinced this was the biggest gotcha moment. She couldn't even hide her smug smile. I squatted Alexis. The energy of the room was getting very awkward, so I decided to make a joke. "Are you telling me that you pack your bare ass on the toilet seat in public restrooms?" She turned bright red. Apparently she did, because she started muttering something about not being weird before bursting into tears and leaving the room. My coworkers think it was rude of me to quote-unquote expose her like that, but I don't think I did anything wrong for trying to defuse a situation she put herself in. Am I the asshole? Edit. I'd like to address a few things. 1. A lot of you mentioned going to HR. I wasn't going to, because I thought I might get in trouble too. But if I had been trans, this story could have ended very differently. I'm going to arrange a meeting. 2. I hear you all loud and clear about squatting versus sitting. Unfortunately, I was diagnosed with OCD in the height of the pandemic, and many of my delusions are centered around germs and contamination. I'm gonna work on that, but sitting may not be in my future. At the very least, I'm going to look into pelvic floor exercises, so I don't end up incontinent at 40. 3. A lot of you think this is fake, and considering that the majority of shit on Reddit never happened, I don't blame you. I was a professional fiction writer for a while, and I try to make what I write at least a little bit interesting to read, so my style may be throwing you off. If I did make this up, I probably would have had at least one coworker in solidarity with me, and, I don't know, maybe I did volleyball in high school. I'm a very lame protagonist. Well, first of all, your colleagues think you exposed her? I was under the impression she tried to expose you, except there was nothing to expose. She assumed OP was trans, based on a toilet seat of all things, and decided to out her, which is not some little mischief. If OP was actually trans, that could have seriously hurt her well-being, career, and maybe even physical safety, depending on the location and the company. And OP wasn't the one who started the bathroom conversation. Alexis walked right into it by putting OP in the position where she had to explain her bathroom habits. Instant karma. Besides, OP's joke wasn't even cruel or ill-intentioned. She just wanted to break the tension. Now, let's be real. Sitting your bare ass on a public toilet is unhinged. I'm also a biological woman, and I have strong feelings about this. I pee standing, even at home, because I'm anxious about the germs and also butt bumping by proxy. Probably shouldn't think about it in those terms, but that's what it is. Sorry if I've just ruined your life. So what I'm trying to say is, this is wild that someone could see their ass on a bug factory and think nothing of it. So OP is definitely not the asshole. She did nothing wrong here, and hey, maybe she even did Alexis a favor and saved her some nasty infection in the future. Maybe this Alexis didn't realize most people don't sit on public toilets, and hopefully she'll change her habits. As for her logic, I don't think that's gonna change. Reddit also said not the asshole, and here are some comments. So she can't handle everyone knowing she's transphobic, but can't handle people knowing she sits when she pees? Not the asshole. Why would any woman choose to pee like this when a toilet had just been cleaned and disinfected? Piss and piss water splashing up from the toilet because you're hovering higher than you would sit down. This really doesn't make any sense. Just because it has been cleaned doesn't mean it's clean. I know it sounds stupid, but someone just touched it, okay? Okay, it was touched by people. I don't want to sit on it. Someone responds to that, fortunately, more coherently than I did. I'm really confused. I know a lot of girls who do this, especially when they go out to the club. They don't want to sit on the seat if they're forced to go in the subway, restrooms, or someplace that's dirty. I'm not sure why this is so fantastical. Edit to add, many people are saying hovering causes drips and makes it gross for the next person, etc. If you don't wipe after urinating, there will be drips in many cases. Whether you sit or squat, the issue isn't how you pee when it comes to drips. The issue is being an inconsiderate person and not wiping the seat after you use it. If you see you left any kind of body fluid on the seat, use toilet paper and clean it off. If you think sitting on a toilet exempts you from leaving drips behind and wiping the seat, you're greatly mistaken. Serious note, people mentioning peeing on the floor or the wall while hovering, I'd recommend seeing a professional. Your urine stream shouldn't be so wild it's hitting a wall. Okay, I'm scared. I'm scared by the size of that debate. I'm not gonna read that. This shouldn't be such a hot topic, but it is, apparently. There's back and forth and back and forth. Everyone hates each other. Let's get back to the story. Not the asshole. This woman tried to out someone she considered transgender, not fully understanding how dangerous that can be. HR, right freaking now. Someone says, OP, the squat and hover is disgusting. It is one of the main reasons the ladies' restroom is actually dirtier than the men's. Now that that's out of the way, you're not the asshole. Your coworker attempted to out you for some reason, and your return fire was jokingly acting like sitting without a toilet doily is abnormal. You didn't make her cry, she made herself cry. She chose to cry. If your coworkers even mention or reference it again, remind them that intentionally outing someone without their consent is generally considered to be quite rude, even if she was acting on incorrect information. Perhaps even more so. Someone replies, I have never understood this. It's the back of your thighs, for fuck's sake. Who's rubbing their actual crack on a toilet seat? If everyone just sat like a damn normal human being, none of this would even be a thing. I disagree, but that's funny. And to answer that, I'm not a normal human being. Why would I sit like a normal human being? And what's wrong with wanting to protect my thighs? Okay, honestly, I don't want to discuss my toilet habits any more than I already did. I hate the hoverers with a passion! Oh no! Okay, for your information, I don't leave drips, just to be clear. Not the asshole for what you said, but totally the asshole for being a squatter. The cleaning crew had just cleaned. You think you're going to get butt cooties or something from a small office bathroom? If everyone packed their butt properly, there'd never be a dirty seat. Okay, y'all are very funny, but I don't like this. I'm gonna get cancelled after this video for being a hoverer. Thanks for expanding my vocabulary. Well, this is it for this episode. Drop a comment if you want to let me know how you pee, and see you in the next one.